Single-Use Plastic, the Solution for the Pollution, by Leanna Farmer. Introduction to an overarching topic of biodiversity loss. Biodiversity loss refers to the decline in the variety of life within a species, an ecosystem, a specific geographic area, or even other entire planet. Biodiversity, also known as biological diversity, encompasses several aspects. Genes, which is the genetic variable within a species. Species, the number of different species present. Individual organisms, the abundance of individual organisms within a species. Biological communities, interacting groups of various species in a common location, from small ecosystems to the global biosphere. Introduction to the overarching topic of biodiversity loss continue. Cause of biodiversity loss: human impact, the exponential growth of the human population, and increased consumption and reduced resources efficiencies contributed to significantly to biodiversity loss. Species richness. While often associated with the count of species, biodiversity loss extends beyond species loss alone. Subtitle: threats. Other phenomena such as sudden population declines, disrupting social structure, or genetic diversity decline due to inbreed are also threaten long-term ecosystem health. Introduction to an overarching topic of biodiversity loss. Main forms of biodiversity loss: habitat loss, deforestation, fragmentation, and degradation of natural habitats. Land use, intensification, agriculture explosions, and land loss. Climate change alters ecosystems and affects species distribution. Overpopulation strains on resources and habitats. Invasive alien species, non-native species disrupting local ecosystems. Impact on ecosystem and health. Biodiversity change direct effect to ecosystem functioning. Disruptions can lead to a loss of ecosystem good and service. How does single-use plastic pertain and how do they connect? Single-use plastic have a profound impact on biodiversity, affecting ecosystems and wildlife in several ways. Threaten to biodiversity. Plastic pollution poses a significant threat to biodiversity due to its persistence and toxicity. Plastic waste. Persistence in the environment for extended periods, leading to long-term exposures for organisms, wildlife, and ecosystems are directly affected by plastic pollution. Various stages of the plastic life cycle, including extraction, production, use, and disposal. Chemical leakage from plastic contaminates the environment, impact local ecosystems, and species. How does single-use plastic pertain and how do they connect? Marine ecosystem. Plastics are a major contributor in marine environments. Approximately 14 million tons of plastic enter the oceans consisting 80% of all marine debris. Ingestion and entanglement. Marine animals ingest or become entangled in plastic debris, leading to injuries, suffocation, and death. Toxic impacts. Plastic release harmful chemicals affecting marine life and disturbing ecosystems. How does single-use plastic pertain and how do they connect? Long-term consequences. The estimated annual environmental damage to marine ecosystems due to plastic pollution amounts to 13 billion. My target audience. Individuals play a critical role in reducing single-use plastic. Their daily choice impact plastic consumption, waste generation, and pollution. By raising public awareness through campaigns, we can educate individuals about the environmental impacts of single-use plastic. Businesses and industries. Businesses are major consumers and producers of plastic industry practices directly influence plastic waste. By encouraging business to adopt resource-efficiently product designed, circulate, and sustainable practice. Governments can enact policies and regulations that drive systematic change. If policymakers would promote reusable products over single-use one or even reduce all overall single-use products using regardless of materials, considering local contacts, energy mix, recycling rates, waste management, infrastructure, etc. when designing policies. Community organizations and NGOs. These groups can mobilize community, raising awareness and advocate for change. By engaging in educational campaigns, organization, cleanup drives, and collaboration with other stakeholders to amplify the message against single-use plastic. Media and influencers. They have a wide reach, can influence public opinions by collaborating with media outlets, social media influencers, and celebrities to spread awareness about the harmless or harmful effects on single-use plastic. Life cycle of single-use plastic. Sourcing, drilling, and pumping oil is then sent to the oil plant. Manufacturing from the oil plant, it is then sent to a chemical plant to be refined into plastic granules. Fabrication. From the chemical plant, it is then sent to the plastic fabricator, factories where they use plastic granules to produce products such as plastic bottles, plastic shopping bags, plasticware, forks, spoons, and knives, plastic cups, six-pack rings, plastic rings that go on six-pack cans. Distribution. From the factory, it is then shipped using cargo ships and tractor trailers. Consumption. After being distributed to stores across the country, consumers like you and I will purchase the products for use. Discharging into the environment. Littering by individuals falling off the trash trucks, campers leaving trash at campsites. Incinerator. Air pollution is caused by the incinerator of plastic. Can be used to recover energy used in the remanufacturing of plastic. Landfill plastic items discharged into the garbage will end up here. Landfill mining landfills to remove plastic that will stay around for hundreds of years, recycling them. There are a lot of recyclable plastic with the help of individuals like you and I. Through recycling, we can keep plastic from reaching landfills and oceans. Past and current management practices. Single-use plastic have become significant contributors to the overall generation of plastic and microplastic waste. These materials, often used for packaging and other purposes, are immediately discarded after use. Recognizing the environmental burden posed by single-use plastic, many countries have taken steps to address this issue. India's approach, ban and extend produce responsibility (EPR). India has not only imposed ban on SUPSs, but also adopted an extended producer responsibility approach. This means that producers are responsible for managing the waste generated from their products. Supply and demand interventions. India's strategy involves interventions both at the supply side, producers, and the demand side, customers. Plastic and current management practice. United States Department of the Interior, Secretary's Order 3407 issued in June 2022. This order aims to reduce the procurement, sale, and distribution of single-use plastic products on department-managed lands. By 2032, it includes items like plastic food containers, bottles, straws, cups, cutlery, and disposable plastic bags. Sustainable production plans. Each DOI bureau and office has developed SPPSs to phase out single-use plastic by the end of 2032. Global efforts. UNEP and World Resource Institute, WRI, they have developed a legislation guide for regulating single-use plastic products. This guide explores options for reducing the harmful impacts of single-use plastic, including regulations promoting alternatives and improving waste recycling and management. I think India is on the right track with the extended produce responsibility approach, forcing the manufacturers of the single-use plastic to manage the waste from their product. It is nice to see that the United States is trying to curb the pollution caused by single-use plastic by trying to reduce the sale, although just reducing will not stop the lazy part of the pollution, our population, who will still purchase and then toss it out the car window or won't even put it in the proper recycling bin. Recommendations, management practice moving forward. Single-use plastic referred to items designed for one-time use and then discard. Recommendations, awareness campaigns, education, the public, business, and policymakers about the detrimental effects of single-use plastic. Policy interventions imply regulations to reduce single-use plastic products and consumption. Impact area. Tourist value chain. Identify critical points where single-use plastic are prevented, etc. Hotels, restaurants, airlines. Sub-selector analysis. Single-use plastic using in Pacific tourism sectors. Food service, accommodations. Production lens. Evaluate Single-use plastic used in various products.